Prophet Ezekiel, Exile, Visions, and Restoration. Based on the Book of Ezekiel, chapters 1 to 48. This is the story of the prophet Ezekiel, a priest and prophet during the 6th century BCE. He was among the Jewish exiles taken to Babylon when King Jehoiakim was captured. By the Kebar River in Babylon, the heavens opened and Ezekiel received divine visions that marked the beginning of his prophetic ministry. Part 2, the first vision, the glory of God. Ezekiel saw a powerful and overwhelming vision for living creatures with 4 faces and 4 wings each. Among them was a glowing fire, and above it was a radiant throne with the appearance of a man. This was the glory of the Lord. Ezekiel fell face down, awestruck by God's majesty. Part 3, the scroll, God's message. God gave Ezekiel a scroll filled with words of lament, mourning, and woe. He was commanded to eat it, symbolizing the internalization of God's message. As he ate, he found it tasted as sweet as honey, though its contents were bitter truths. Part 4, a rebellious people. God told Ezekiel he was being sent to a stubborn and rebellious people, Israel. Their hearts were hard and their ears closed. Yet God commanded Ezekiel to speak his words whether they listened or not. He was to be strong and fearless. Part 5, symbolic acts and signs. Ezekiel performed symbolic acts to convey God's warnings. He drew a model of Jerusalem under Part 7. The fall of Jerusalem foretold. Ezekiel prophesied in detail the destruction of Jerusalem. The temple would be desecrated, the city burned, and the people killed or exiled. Though many scoffed, God said, "I will not delay. What I have spoken, I will fulfill." Part 8, vision of the valley of dry bones. God led Ezekiel to a valley full of dry bones. He asked, "Can these bones live?" Ezekiel replied, "Sovereign Lord, only you know." As Ezekiel prophesied, the bones came together, flesh grew over them, and breath entered them. The lifeless became alive again. A prophecy of Israel's spiritual restoration. Part 9, the 2 sticks, unity of Israel and Judah. God told Ezekiel to take 2 sticks, one for Judah, one for Israel, and join them together as one. This symbolized the reunification of the divided kingdom. God promised one king over all, and the people would never be divided again. Part 10, a new heart and spirit. God promised a day when he would cleanse his people, removing their hearts of stone and giving them hearts of flesh. He would put his spirit within them and cause them to walk in his ways. They would be his people and he would be their God. Part 11, the new temple and the river of life. Ezekiel saw a grand vision of a future temple, perfectly measured, holy, and glorious. From its threshold flowed a river that brought life wherever it went. Healing waters for nations, trees bearing fruit every month. This symbolized God's healing and presence. Part 12, final message, restoration and God's presence. The story ends with hope. God promised to bring his people back, to cleanse them, to rebuild Jerusalem, and to live among them forever. The name of the city would be Yahweh. Prophet Ezekiel's message was one of judgment, yes, but also of incredible hope. Even in exile, God did not abandon his people. He prepared a future of restoration, healing, and glory. His spirit would dwell in them and his presence would never leave again.